Hey everyone, thanks for clicking. In this video we're going to be showing all of the Platinum Time Trial relics in Crash Bandicoot 1. We're playing on the Sanity Beach level right now, trying to go as quickly as possible. If you're going for Platinum Time Trials on this game, get ready to practice a lot, because they are tight. You have to go really fast. In this first level, getting this Aku Aku mask is super important so that you can run through most of it. I'm trying to get as many of the little time crates as possible, and I like to take the right-hand path because if you're fast, you can just run over these boxes here and get extra time saved from the little time-stopping boxes. Next up is Jungle Rollers. Now I tried a lot, but if you get an Aku Aku mask before getting the little clock and starting the time trial, he doesn't carry over. This level's all about trying to time up your jumps with the rollers as good as possible, and not waiting more cycles than you have to move forward onto the next part. So like here, we're just trying to jump over as quick as we can. And while you might think to damage boost, it's not a great idea on this level because you do want to get the triple Aku Aku masks coming up right here so that you can kind of go really quickly through everything. And you can see while I have to play really well, I don't have to play perfectly. There are some jumps here and there that I kind of mess up. And if you get to the end quick enough, you'll get that Platinum Relic. This is the Great Gate. I don't like this level. In fact, I don't like any of the levels that are kind of vertical in this game. So, of course, you're always trying to move quickly, but now, because it's vertical, it's more about getting your jumps down. You have to jump very efficiently. So, like those little wooden platforms that you spin to activate, you have to do that very, very well. And of course the shield enemies. I do stop here to get the 3-second time stop. Take a little bit of damage there to get through more quickly. And then you go straight to the finish here. Right under 48 seconds for that Platinum Relic. Next up is Boulders. This one's actually pretty easy to get the Platinum Relic on. You just sort of hold down, like the whole time. And if you do that, you'll be totally fine. Now you do have to get the boxes, the time stop boxes, but they just kind of appear right in front of you. Like, you don't really have to go that much out of your way to get them. And as long as you get all of them and you keep holding down, you'll get the Platinum Time Trial Relic on this Boulders level. When you have to make jumps, just trust that something will be there, right? The designers have put things there for you to land on. You know, it's never like you don't have to wait and see. You know, you might have to adjust a little bit, but something will be there to catch you when you get there. And then get into that finish as quick as you can. Next up is Upstream. This is another one of those levels that's not actually too bad. If you just kind of hold up as much as you can kind of get nice timings on all of the different aspects of the level that you have to make, like the lily pads and the little munching flowers. And sometimes if you're not fast enough, you just wait. And the time cutoff isn't too crazy where that little bit of waiting is going to hurt you. I took took damage there. It was kind of weird. I don't think I should have taken damage, but I must have clipped the flowers somehow. And getting off of these little lily pads as quickly as possible to jump onto the next section of the level, that's really important here. So now we have rolling stones. This is like the spicier version of jungle rollers from before. And this is more of the same, right? You don't want to get stuck on too many cycles with the rollers, but you also don't want to take damage. So having good judgment of when you can and can't jump is really important here. I like to hit one of the TNT crates here so that it just explodes everything and I can keep moving. And when you're jumping, you always want to do short jumps if possible. I don't know this to be true, I'm sure you could figure it out, but they seem faster, like the little tiny hops compared to the big hops. And then once you get your Aku Aku mask, you're just hauling. You're just going as quickly as you can. Until that wears off. And jump into the finish there. This level is called Hog Wild. So these hog levels are actually the easiest in the whole game to get shiny gold on because they're like auto scrollers, right? Like I don't think you can make them go any faster than they just kind of go. So as long as you can get through the level without dying and you can pick up enough of the time stopping crates to sort of keep the time as low as possible, you'll be totally good. If you're going for platinum time trial relics and you're kind of just new to speedrunning these kinds of things, you might want to start with these kinds of levels. You can see I even missed one of the time stopping crates and it's not really going to matter. I'm still going to be fast enough. You know, and these levels are about your anticipation, thinking about where things will be when I get there, as opposed to where they are right now. This level's called Native Fortress. Again, I don't like these vertical levels. Like, I mean, it's not that I don't like them at all, it's just I don't like doing them as speed runs. They were some of the more difficult ones for me. And again, you have to be good about spinning these wooden platforms as you jump up to the next ledge so that you can save some time. Damage boost through the fire there. And again, always do the short hops if you can. Yeah, that part's annoying. If there are stacks of crates, like 3 or 4, you can spin the first 2 and go under the next set, and you'll break all of them. You don't have to do multiple spins. And again, spin these as you move to the next section, and that'll save you some time. And again, you just kind of get stuck at a lot of these parts. It's hard to time up well. Here with the fire, you're just trying to get your first jump at a good time. Because the fire constraints are a little bit tight. Like some of these jumps, like if you jump too late, you will get killed by the fire. You just can't go up and down fast enough to get away from it. Like right here in particular, because you have to bounce off 3. You know, I screw up a little bit there with spinning one of the platforms before I get to it, but it turns out to be okay. I mean, this time trial is over 2 minutes, and that's with the time-stopping crates. This is a long one. Next up is Up the Creek. This is the spicier version of the Upstream level that we played just a little bit ago. And this one's going to be the same principles as Up the Stream, or Upstream. Always be moving forward if you can, and then if you get stuck, you do have to wait. And you need to make these transitions from these little flowers or plants or lily pads as quickly as you can. You know, you want to jump as early as possible without falling in. Like right here, for example, you can pull off 2 jumps in a row. Keep moving forward. And it's funny because it almost feels like the developers set certain things up where if you are going for the time trial relics, that the obstacles and the monsters and stuff kind of, they set up in a nice way for you to go quickly sometimes. And again, jump as early as you can. Take a little bit of damage there, but we get the Platinum Time Trial Relic. This is the Lost City, another level that is just a pain in the butt. It's long, and there's a lot of obstacles that you have to go through. It's just hard. It is really hard to get the Platinum Time Trial Relic on this one. You're trying to go fast, but things are pushing you off the edge, and you have to wait here and there for certain enemies, like these bats, for example. You know, you can go, but you have to be careful, because they'll hit you. You know, maybe there's a way to do like 2 spins in a row and save yourself, but I wasn't able to figure it out. And then these sections with the jumping, I mean, they're hard. You have to be very precise with your jumps, and it's hard because like the camera angle isn't the best. I like to jump off that crate there and bounce immediately back to the platform that I was on. This guy you can just run right under, but not this time. Here I like to use this strategy where the pusher will push you, but you can actually jump and come back onto the level. So you don't have to wait quite as long for that. And you wait for the bats here. And I screwed up those jumps a few times there. You can almost see me like panicking a little bit. I'm close to the end and I'm going really fast, you know, and I was able to pull it off, but that level is hard. This is Temple Ruins. Another tricky level, a strategy that you can use if you're having trouble, I just did it there a second ago with the snake, is that sometimes it's faster to hit an enemy into boxes that you would otherwise have to spin attack. It'll save you time and allow you to get through cycles of things a little bit early. And I use that in this level, and I use that in a lot of levels actually, and in some levels I think it's almost necessary to use that technique if you want to get shiny gold. Again, short hops when you can. I missed the Aku Aku there, so we gotta be extra careful for the rest of the level, but that'll be okay. Here you want to go fast, but you also want to stay safe. So don't do anything crazy, but try to go as quickly as you possibly can. And then this section here, you just gotta wait for those crushers at certain points, but then you can blitz through the rest of them. And that'll be a platinum relic there. Oh god, this level. This is Road to Nowhere. There's 2 bridge levels, and they are the biggest pain in the ass. I don't know how many times I had to play these levels over and over and over again, trying to get faster. And the time constraints are tight. Like, you do have to go really fast. Like, I had multiple completions on these bridge levels before I got the platinum relic. And I thought I was going fast for all of them, but you have to go really fast. And once you've played these levels enough, you know when you can kind of bridge 2 gaps with 1 jump. And that technique is super important when you're doing these levels. It's just hard. I know you can go on the ropes, and I just wanted to not do that as much as possible. I wanted to do it legit, but I do know you can go on the ropes on the side and basically skip over a lot of stuff. These turtle jumps are the worst, because you're trying to go fast, and like the hitboxes are like a little bit weird on them. And then sometimes you don't have enough momentum. It's just hard. And so that's the platinum relic on Road to Nowhere. This is Boulder Dash. This is the spicier version of the Boulders level from before. Same principle here. This level's not hard to get a platinum relic on. You just hold down the whole time. When there's gaps that you have to jump, trust that there will be something there, and hit as many of the time-stopping crates as you possibly can. And you can see I don't even play this perfectly. I got hung up by a few of the little obstacles there, but that's okay. And I like to do full hops when I'm making those kind of Hail Mary jumps. It allows you to kind of adjust a little bit better if you aren't sort of lined up exactly where you need to be. And that's it for Boulder Dash. Sunset Vista is next. I will complain about these levels over and over again in this video. I hate these vertical levels with the pushers and the bats and the little iguanas. I cannot stand them. They're my least favorite levels in the whole game. And it's just because of the time trials. I don't think they're bad levels inherently, but these time trials are just so annoying. How many times I died trying to go quickly. And you really, it's just through so much trial and error, you learn the level. And again, this is a long time trial. The long ones are especially painful. Because you would think that sometimes in games, like, they cut you a little more slack when you're doing long time trials, but it seems like in this game that the long and the short time trials are all just as tight. Like, you have to play just as well for the long levels as you do for the short levels. And that's frustrating and hard, because there's more stuff to do. How many times I messed up these jumps here, just jumping too early, jumping too late. Yeah, I keep screwing those up too. You can see as I go through it. And I never really tried it out, but I sometimes wonder if the time-stopping crates are worth getting in certain instances. Like there, I wonder if I should have just kept going through the level, and that would have been a little bit faster. But you just don't know in the moment. And you be careful here. I actually go back. Maybe I should have damage boosted there with the Aku Aku mask. That might have been smart. But I didn't know if I was going to take damage again. Again, I'm just holding right. Like, and if I get pushed, I'm going to jump and try to come back onto the level. Like, I never actually learned the patterns for those pushers. I mean, we're over 2.5 minutes right now, and that's with the time-stopping crates. Oh gosh, I waited a whole nother cycle here. I mean, maybe the time constraints aren't as tight as I thought they were. Or how it felt like in the moment. But when you're playing a level that has a time trial cutoff that's over 3 minutes, over and over and over again, and maybe you get 2 minutes through, or 1.5 minutes, or 2 minutes and 45 seconds, like, it starts to get frustrating. This level was definitely painful. We're finally making our way to the end here, all the way at the top. And I'm playing it safe, and I guess it works out here, huh? Because we get that platinum relic on Sunset Vista. Luckily, after Sunset Vista, you get another easy level. This is Whole Hog. This is the spicier version of Hog Wild from before. And again, same principles. This is basically an auto-scroller, so don't die, do it in one completion, and hit as many of these time-stopping crates as you possibly can, and everything should be just fine for the Platinum Relic. Just play carefully. Try to have some foresight about where the enemies will be when you get to them and not where they are when you're looking at them, and everything will be just fine. Heavy Machinery is next. These levels, kind of similarly to those like climbing levels like Sunset Vista or the Great Gate, I don't like these ones. I think it's kind of these 2.5D ones that really gave me issues. And I think the problem has to do with, like, somehow the camera. Like, I had this issue where I would, like, fall off as I was trying to go through. Or I wouldn't be in the right spot in the 3D space. Here I try to be quick and not take damage, but I screwed that up. These steam vents here, they were like the bane of my existence. I must have got them on a good cycle there, because sometimes I would get there, and they would just be blowing in my face, and I'd have to stop and wait. You know, or try to damage boost through. But then you only get so many Aku Aku masks, so it's hard. And again, you can kind of quickly fall there instead of taking the platform all the way down. I do that a couple times in this level, and it was super important for going fast enough. And here you want to get off of these platforms as quickly as possible to save some time. I scoop up the box there to stop the clock, and then we continue moving. And then here it's just about memorizing the path that you have to take. Because if you can go the wrong way here and then like get stuck. Like if I would have went left a little bit ago. And then you get up and into that finish as quickly as you can. This is Cortex Power. This level's actually kind of fun. You get this like, it's sort of like behind Crash, but raised a little bit. It's a little bit different of a camera view than you normally get in this game. For the most part, like I actually liked doing like these factory levels. With the toxic sludge and the electricity. I even went the wrong way there. And I'm still going fast enough, I guess, for the Platinum Relic. It is kind of funny, like, some of the relics' time constraints are so crazy fast, and some of them aren't that bad. Like, I wonder if different developers came up with the different times. Or if it was all the same person. Because I actually lost a couple seconds there, probably, by going the wrong way, and I still got the Platinum Relic. This is Generator Room. I usually record everything when I play, just for the sake of making videos, but I lost the footage for my original Platinum Time Trial run on this one, and so I had to go back and redo it. And that sucked. I did not enjoy that, because this level's actually pretty hard to get the Platinum Relic on. There's one jump in particular that you kind of have to pull off if you want to go really, really fast. And it's coming up right here. So when you make the transition here, you can actually jump off of that moving platform early. But it's a hard jump because you're in this like weird, like the camera in this game is so odd. Like it's hard to gauge where you are exactly. And even if you pull that jump off, you still have to move through the rest of the level, like, insanely fast. This one was difficult, and I did not enjoy going back to get the Platinum Relic. And although the Platinum Relic won't show up when I finish this level, because I already have it, I assure you that this time is fast enough. Because it was better than my Platinum Relic time. This is Toxic Waste, another level where I lost the footage. So I lost the footage on 2 levels. The first was Generator Room, and then also on Toxic Waste here. But luckily, this level is not nearly as bad to get the Platinum Relic on. It's really just about trying to stay safe and always be moving forward. That's it. I'm not entirely sure if jumping moves you faster, but I kind of felt like it did. So I'm doing it. At the very least, when you're going up the inclines, I think it's faster. But I've not tested anything out or anything. And again, the perspective on the bouncing ones is so weird. Like, sometimes you think you're gonna get a hit, but you don't. And sometimes you don't think you're gonna get hit, but you do. Being able to hit that quickly, get that time-stopping crate as fast as possible. And then into the finish. And this was another one that, although you don't see the platinum there, it was faster than my Platinum Relic time. Oh, God. Okay, this is the high road. Probably the second hardest level in the game, I'd say. Definitely the second hardest to get the Platinum Relic on. I hate this level. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it so much. And again, I know you can ride on the ropes, but I was not going to do it. We were going to do this legit. Except for right there. Ignore that one part, because the turtle went away. I was like, I'm not going to be able to make this jump without him, because I spun him away. I had to use the rope there. But I'm not going to just ride it along each of the paths, you know? I just went off to the side for 1 second. And again, this is like doing so much practice and knowing, oh, I can gap 2 jumps on that one. You know, stuff like that. It's just... And the turtles. The turtles are the worst part. Because you're trying to get momentum when you land on them, but but you can over jump them so easily that you just kill yourself over and over and over again. And it's not like the gaps are close either. Like, you do have to have a lot of momentum when you jump on them. This level's the worst. But I did get the Platinum Relic. This is Slippery Climb. It's actually pretty hard, but like, there's another level that's coming up later called Stormy Ascent, which is like a... It's like an on-steroids version of Slippery Climb, and I did Stormy Ascent first, so by the time I got to this one, it wasn't actually all that bad, because I was pretty familiar with the different obstacles and challenges that would be presented. And I do stop to get the time-stopping crates. I don't know if it saves time. Again, it's like one of those things where there's probably instances where you don't want to get them, but I tried to go for them all anyways, just because I thought they would help at least. Certainly, like, the easy ones to get, you want to get no matter what, but there are some that are a little bit more out of the way. And again, just trying to get everything on the earliest cycle possible, that's basically your goal for these levels. You know, there's a lot of times where I tried to climb those little steps there, but I wasn't fast enough and I fell down. Get an Aku Aku mask, just in case me. Again, hitting everything on the earliest cycle you possibly can. And that'll allow you to go fast enough to kind of finish everything up. Here I do wait just a second, because if you get too crazy here, you will fall and die. Because like the little platforms that are moving, they're kind of erratic, right? Like they don't move in like a super easy to see pattern. Yeah, and looking back at it, I'm not convinced all of these time-stopping crates were worth it. And I went and got an Aku Aku mask there. This level is hard, don't get me wrong. It's just that after you do Stormy Ascent, it's kind of like not that bad. And jumping on these birds was such a pain because you're trying to time it out. Oh, I do skip a time-stopping crate there. There's a Platinum Relic on Slippery Climb. Oh, this is Lights Out. This level's actually really fun. I like this one a lot. And the time trial's not the worst. I mean, it is annoying because you do die a lot because you're trying to go fast, but it is just kind of those hold-up levels. Like, you just hold up, you have to make the jumps and be precise, and sometimes you gotta pause and wait, but you just hold up for the most part, and you kind of do it. You know, if you have good reflexes, I guess, it's doable. And if you get hit by anything, you'll lose the Aku Aku mask, and it's going to go pitch black, and, like, you can still navigate everything if you're really good, and you really have good eyes, but it's hard. So it's just best to not get hit. And I did find that I was not able to get the Platinum Relic without this shortcut. I think it's necessary, actually, to go fast enough. So you do have to go get one of those colored gems from one of the other levels so that you can use that shortcut. This is Jaws of Darkness. This level also sucks a lot. I did not like doing the Platinum Relic on this. It's just hard. And again, it wouldn't be so bad if the time constraints on the Platinum Relics weren't so incredibly tight. But, like, you do really have to go fast. Like, really fast. And then between all of the jumps and the obstacles and the enemies, and sometimes you're on cycle and sometimes you're off cycle, it's hard. And I believe this is also another one that's long. Like, it has a really long... It's just a long level, so you have to do a lot of things correctly. I do try to show a little bit of patience here because I died a crap load of times, like trying to do that section really fast. And eventually I was just like, well, maybe I don't have to do it that fast. I just have to do it a little bit fast. So I took my time there just to get more runs completed as opposed to dying over and over and over again, over a minute into the run. And as the level goes on, I mean, you can just see it's just a lot of tight platforming, making all of the jumps. Screwed up there a little bit, but it didn't hurt me too bad because I was able to get the 3-second time-stopping crate. And then here you just got to be careful. I mean, you really don't want to get squished because it just, like, it takes a long time to recover after that. This is Fumbling in the Dark. This is the spicier version of Lights Out. I actually lose my Aku Aku mask in this level, and like somehow, by the grace of God, like just through pure luck, I was able to somehow make the jumps and still continue the level really fast. I think this level's harder than it actually was for me. Like, I think I got kind of lucky getting the Platinum Relic on this level. Because I'm just kind of moving as fast as I can. Like, this level did not take me nearly as long as some of the other ones, and I didn't learn the layout of this level nearly as well. And you can see I'm pausing when I need to. Like, you don't have to be a crazy person. Yeah, and right here, I get hit. It's totally black. I don't know, I'm just, like, jumping, I guess. Trying to, like, use visual cues when I can with enemies. It was a little bit crazy. But somehow, some way, I was able to lose the Aku Aku mask, go fast enough, and I lose it again here, or the level just went dark. I don't know exactly what happened. But somehow we put it together, and I was just able to get like a good enough run to get the Platinum Relic on this level. Again, I think I got a little bit lucky. This is Castle Machinery. I also hate this level. Again, not because it's a bad level. I think it's actually kind of a fun level where you fall all of that way at the beginning, and you have to kind of climb your way back up to the exit. But this level I remember being long, and like you have to go a little bit faster than you think. Like you have to really cut corners as much as you can. Trying to fall down these little openings as quickly as possible. And you really do have to practice level enough to know what's coming up, right? That's so key here. Like, can I fall here quickly? Can I jump here quickly? Is there going to be something there that hurts me? And I like to run straight onto these platforms as they transition, because Crash will actually not move until he can, so you can just continuously run. And I damage boost through the steam with the Aku Aku mask twice there. And again, here's another case of knowing what's coming up and being able to do it quickly here with these little trampoline jumps. Like, you have to know which direction you're going to have to go, so you don't have to bounce twice. You lose a ton of time if you do that. And again, knowing what's going to be down there before you go. And it's so easy to hit something on accident and just die. This level's also very long, so there's a lot to execute and do. This is another hard one. It gave me a lot of problems. And I'm out of an Aku Aku mask here, so I don't have a choice but to wait. Now, luckily I went through everything else fast enough, but if you do have an Aku Aku mask when you get there, you can boost through that a lot more quickly. And then we finish up. Platinum Relic. This is the lab. This level's actually hard. This one's hard to get the Platinum Relic on. There's a technique that you can use. I don't know if it's necessary, but I found it to be totally necessary to go really fast. I'll tell you about it when we get there. But basically, you want to just move as quickly as you can for these early sections. You know, hit those exclamation mark boxes. When you run past them, don't stop for them, and then just keep hauling. And then the little trick here is coming up in a second. So there's going to be a mad scientist, and if you hit him right here, he'll fly into the next room and explode all of the TNT crates. And that allows you to skip, like, a lot of this level that takes a while. Because normally you gotta... The TNT crates are kind of surrounding the exclamation mark box. And you gotta sort of, like, hit the TNT crates and wait 3 seconds for them to explode. But if you use the enemy to explode them, you can basically skip over that entire room. And then the final level is Stormy Ascent. So I'll have some time to talk. This level's long. My understanding is that this was originally supposed to be in Crash Bandicoot 1, but the developers said it was too hard, so they scrapped it. It wasn't in the game. And then when the game was remade for the trilogy, right? When they remade the trilogy, they included it as DLC. And it is hard. So I'm not surprised they took it out of the original, you know? It's just kind of a challenge level now, and it's tough. You do, again, the time constraints are fast. You have to move very quickly through this level. And it's not just, the problem's not just moving quickly. The level is really hard, and the jumps are tough. Like, the timing is weird or different. And while you're trying to move fast, you just die over and over and over and over and over again. Like, when I was running time trials of this level at first, my first completion, I was like, oh man, I went really fast. Like, this has got to be platinum. And I was at gold and like a minute off of the platinum. And there's all types of techniques. I mean, you just saw a second ago, I damage boost off of the spikes to move a little bit more quickly. Because normally you would wait for the scientist to throw his little vial at you. And again, we're just gonna send it. You have to go fast. How many times I took hits here, or died, or screwed it up, or fell down. It's just so much practice for this level to get that platinum relic. It's hard. And there are definitely instances in this level where I could have went faster. But I was able to get that nice balance of speed but safety so that I could get a completion that was just fast enough to get me that platinum relic. And there are certain instances here where, like, I can tell now rewatching, like, oh yeah, getting those time-stopping crates is super worth it. Like, I just got 5 seconds of stoppage, and I probably saved a lot of time. I died so many times at this part. The jumps are so tight. And you just go, go, go. I could never figure out these birds. So there's going to be some bird jumps here at the end. I just, like... I got to the end so infrequently that I had a hard time learning their patterns. So I almost got lucky here. I'm just like, alright, we're going to jump, and hopefully we figure it out, and we have the momentum we need. And I'm just running straight for the end there. And that's it. That's every Platinum Relic time trial in Crash Bandicoot 1 in the Sane Trilogy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe because it helps the channel a ton. And I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Until next time.